Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to join the Patreon. I want to talk about something. This that Andre Ward conversation has been a firestorm, and and think of it as like if I don't know how many views it has on my channel, but just think about how many response videos or reactions I've heard. Times that by the amount of emails and texts and phone calls and DMs I've had, right? And there have been some DMs and some questions that has um, risen my understanding and the gravity of it. There was some comments that said that from boxers and promoters and managers, that was a big thing, and they said that and fans, um, other media members. I don't want to leave anyone out. You know what I mean? But the whole scope of boxing has a reaction to what happened, and you have a right to your opinion, right? I'm not holding you accountable to your interpretation of what happened. But some of the things that bothered me was that people are comparing, because of what Floyd is doing, comparing Andre Ward to Floyd Mayweather. I'm going to delve into it. People are saying Al Heyman, Floyd Mayweather, PBC, Floyd Mayweather, whatever the case may be. And that can't be further from the truth. You understand what I'm saying? Andre Ward by no means has done what Floyd Mayweather has done. Do I believe Andre Ward has made a mistake? Yes. But this ain't no death sentence. Andre Ward has character. He has integrity. He's, in my humble opinion, he's still a man of valor. You understand my response to what he said, and my second response to rebuttal the questions and the naysayers as it relates to what he said. I have the right to do that. But questioning him as a father figure, a husband, raising 4 or 5 kids now, Olympian, son of God, and the special thing about Andre Ward in the society that we live in, um, uh, when he has fame, he has money, he has everything you can think of, Andre Ward can put his hands on. And guess what? He remained true to his wife, his family, and his faith. You understand? And I think that that's a beautiful thing. And I genuinely, in my heart of hearts, want to separate Andre Ward from Floyd. I'm gonna get into Floyd Mayweather. Y'all hold tight. I don't think it's the same thing. You understand? Now let's keep it a buck. Andre. Some of you guys may think Andre Ward was right. Some of you guys may think Andre Ward was wrong, and people may call Andre Ward a coon. I don't use them words because there's no comeback from that. It's like death in the black culture. You understand? Some of you guys may call me a coon. I procreated with a non-black woman. Some of you guys may say that's wrong. And for that, you're entitled to your opinion. I will not dispute how you feel about your interpretation of the culture. You understand? Some of you guys may say Andre Ward is a half-breed. You have your right to your interpretation. You understand? But I think Andre Ward is not Floyd Mayweather. Okay? And I want to be perfectly clear about this. You understand? And I want to talk about the Floyd Mayweather thing that's going on. First I want to give credence and credit to everyone else, to everyone that created Floyd Mayweather. Fasten your seatbelts. This video might be a long one, okay? He has intelligent, crafty, smart, savvy people around him. Let's work backwards. I just saw Leonard Ellaby last week. Leonard Ellaby don't make mistakes like that. Leonard Ellaby is a very intelligent man. No matter how you feel about what he says, listen to how he conducts business. Look how he dresses. Look how he shapes his words, formulates his sentences. Okay? Leonard Ellaby is a very intelligent man. Okay? You have Sam Watson, very intelligent man who has his pulse on both the business side of boxing and the, the voice of the culture. All that is important. And then you have a man like Al Heyman, who is who on some level should be inspired by every man in America. And that's the highest credit you can give a man, no matter the culture, no matter no matter what economic place you are in America, no matter how you feel about money, how you feel about boxing. On some level, Al Heyman should inspire and or motivate you from a business acumen. You understand what I'm saying? Not just a black culture, not just a white culture, but from the John Molinas, to the journeymans of the world who make great livings. You understand where I'm coming from? To Floyd Mayweather, who's made $1 billion, to Chris Areola, who's in and out of boxing, who's not truly committed, off and on, hot and cold, by his own admission. You understand? He has given him the ability to work. Or you can look like a man like Earl Spence and Mikey Garcia is walking into the ring, right? March 16th. They are entitled, not entitled, because y'all gonna take that the wrong way. They are men who have grabbed their career by the horns, you understand, and done it the right way, done it according to them. They can speak their mind and speak their truth. And then you have a gentleman like Richard Schaefer, who's behind a lot of this stuff. You understand? Behind the scenes, working the numbers, teaching Floyd Mayweather the business of boxing, teaching Earl Spence, Mikey Garcia, the Deontay Wilders of the world, teaching them how to work the boxing community and working towards being pay-per-view stars, working towards being mega multi-millionaires. So if you look at this bubble of people that he had, from Sam Watson, Leonard Ellaby, Sam Watson, Al Heyman, Richard Schaefer, and the list goes on. I'm leaving out a few people, but those are 4 polarizing names that will gravitate to your boxing spirit, right? You understand what I'm saying? Floyd Mayweather has done something that has been hurtful, that has been painful, and I don't know if he can recover from it, but he was wrong for this, okay? To make a slight or a joke or overvalue him, his successes, his money over the culture, I believe is wrong. I believe VC Vince sent me a quote by Muhammad Ali this morning. Nothing supersedes the culture. Nothing supersedes, quote unquote, our people. And I sat back and I watched. I sat back and I listened, because I didn't want to make any harsh judgments. For those of you who don't know, this week has been like insane. I've never had as many DMs. I've never had as many phone calls. I've never had any, you understand what I'm saying, as it relates to this weekend leading into the Andre Ward interview. And then I get back from the Andre Ward. I don't want your condolences, okay? I don't want that. And then to find out that my favorite uncle who introduced me to the Yankees, had a massive heart attack and passed away. Okay, so all these things. So I've intentionally just taken a step back and watched. Right? Please don't put condolences in the thing. I don't subscribe to the that energy. I have to move forward. You understand what I'm saying? So please don't. Honestly, please don't. Okay, don't call me. Don't do nothing. But I think this is a conversation that needs to be had. Okay, now I watched how Floyd moved. I listened to the TMZ interview. You understand? And I thought it was wrong, because he has 4 geniuses as it relates to who they are in the world of boxing, and they're geniuses. Minimum of 4. He has other people too, right? And for him, in my humble opinion, to make a mockery of the culture, every fellow black man that's before him or will come after him, I believe is wrong. You understand? And For those of you listening, all the boxers listening, you need to fully grasp. In order, I say this a lot in my videos, in order to be a great man in this country that we live in, you must first be a great black man to yourself and to your culture and to your family and to your friends. You cannot skip it. Okay, it will come back and bite you in the foot. We've forgiven Floyd on so many different levels, from him going to Donald Trump's inauguration, to Donald Sterling, to his Africa comments, and I don't want to make this very long, but I'll just fast forward to now, to him knowing that there was a a uh, a boycott on Gucci, and him saying he's going to spend thousands of dollars in the Gucci store, and um, knowing that we are at this time and place. I believe it's a 3-month strike, or whatever the case may be, but it's principle about it. You understand? And you're talking to a man that has, if you know me, I'm not tooting my horn, but I need to put this in perspective. I need you guys to fully understand. I have 10, 15 pair of Gucci shoes. I have 20 to 30 Gucci belts. You understand what I'm saying? And if I buy a Gucci belt or a Gucci pair of shoes, Dre gets a Gucci belt or a Gucci pair of shoes. And I'm not even counting her purses. You understand where I'm coming from? If you see me on social media and you see me out with Dre, you understand how Dre dresses. You understand um, uh, um, that it's that's just it. I'm not saying that I can't. That doesn't define me, because that stuff will collect dust in my closet. You understand what I'm saying? Until this boycott is done, until we can have resolve, that stuff will collect dust. You understand where I'm coming from? So I said that to say this. I don't care your economic status. I don't care who you are to the culture, your level of importance to the culture. Nothing supersedes the culture. You understand? Muhammad Ali was a special man. And I think we all can learn from the words of Muhammad Ali. You understand? And uh, and so let me go back to what I was saying about Floyd, just so. I sat back and I watched the interview, and I believe it was in 2 parts, before he went in the store and after he went into the store. Okay, I sat back and I watched, and then when I first saw it, I was like, it's a personal attack on he and Ti. They may have some level of beef, whatever the case may be, right? And then I said, no matter the beef, it's more important. The culture is more important. It's like boxing is more important than the spats or the disagreements that I have on the individual basis in boxing. I don't come to social media or YouTube, my YouTube platform, and say, "Oh, I'm mad at this person." Very seldom do you ever hear me say that. I would say never. I don't bring that. That's not more important than the message of boxing. That's not more important than Saturday night fights. You understand? I'm not starving to be on camera. You've never seen me thirsting, jumping to everyone's channel. Um, you never see me really collabing with other channels and what. I'm not more important than the message. You understand? Do I take pride in what I've accomplished? Why I will not let someone or anyone demean or belittle what I've accomplished in my 41 years on earth. And do I have pride as it relates to that? You're 1,000% right. Do I take pride in what I've created? You're 1,000% right. Do I take pride in my potential? You're absolutely right. Do I take pride in myself and my work ethic? You're absolutely fucking right. Okay? And so I sat back and I watched Floyd. And um 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 and then I watched after. I watched him after, and he was in jovial spirits. He was in jovial spirits, right? And didn't like it. Didn't like it at all. And, and, and to me, and who people who think like me, who've given someone 9 lives, the jig is up. The jig is up. You understand? We have given Floyd credence. We have given Floyd ample time and opportunities to say, you know what? Life is not about how much money I can spend, how much money I can make, and how much money and how much more I am worth than you. Okay? We have to get on our hands and knees in our community, get in the trenches, dig ditches, and erect positive influences, positive structures that can positively affect our community, our culture. Okay? I think that is the goal. You understand? Um, will Floyd do this in the future? I don't know. Is he capable of doing it? Yes. Just like that, he can do that. As easy as he can go buy diamonds is as easy as he can inspire diamonds in our young kids and building community centers and getting grants from the government. He has the power and influence to walk into any small city hall and say, "Hi, I'm Floyd Mayweather. I want to make a great impact in your community to help our brothers and sisters, no matter their color, no matter their." That's when all lives matter. All lives matter. You can't say all lives matter when um, George Zimmerman is hunting and preying on black men, black children. You understand what I'm saying? So, um, um, one second. All right, I just don't get it. And he wrote a 6-page response. Didn't take responsibility for what he said. He deflected and talked about um, um, deflected and talked about what other people are doing. Does that have valid? Yes, but at the end of the day, it all stems. It's about what you've done, what you will do, what you aspire to do. 9 out of 10 videos, he's talking about money. You understand? And that's beautiful. We've supported him. Have you bought every pay-per-view? Yes. Have I bought every pay-per-view? Yes. Um, but I think now it's time for Floyd to give back. It's time for Floyd to understand that your money, your financial success doesn't satisfy us, doesn't feed us. It only feeds you and your habits and what you desire. You understand? So I read that 6-page response, and it wasn't his voice. You understand? And then I wanted to see how he responded after the 6-page response. TMZ caught up with him again and said he talked about him fighting in another country. TMZ, the videos that I saw, he should have brought up, maybe what I did with Gucci was wrong, and I apologize, and that should have been the mold. You understand? I don't know who represents him as a PR person. I don't know if it's Swanson Media. I don't know if he has multiple PR people. I don't know that. But he needs to have a PR person that understands the pulse of the culture, understands the pulse of the community. Because this is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Floyd will not have no protection in these streets as it relates to Michelle Beadle going on ESPN rehashing his domestic violence cases. You understand? We won't go online, write articles defending him now because he slapped the culture in the face. You know? Boycott means this boy is going to buy a yacht. That's kind of like slapping the working class. People like, I'm a working class man. You understand? I go to work every day. You understand? Just like you. You go to work every single day. We don't have the ability to take days off from work. You understand? We have to have sweat equity for our future generations and our current family members to survive in this society. Okay? And he responded like, I don't care who wrote it. or Floyd needed help writing it, because I'm in media. I understand all that. You know, he should have said, "I'm sorry." To all those who offended, I'm sorry. Plain and simple. I'm sorry. That's it. And there would have been a percentage of people that would have accepted that, and and then he could have earned people's trust back. You understand? Um, there are many. I'm not going to name any names, but there are many examples who have bounced back. You understand? From domestic violence to committing crimes to, you know. Um, but if he doesn't have the humility to say, "I'm sorry. What I did was out of character. What I did was wrong," then there you have it. You understand? Because like me, like you, we're all going to make mistakes. We're all going to make some coonish remarks, coonish responses, coonish actions. We're not perfect. You understand? But we have to have that humility to say, "I'm sorry. I was wrong." You know, and I think pride comes before the fall. And if Floyd doesn't have the humility and the respect for our culture to say, "I'm sorry," he'll be ostracized. He won't be accepted into the community. And I'm hurt on so many levels. I mean, like it pains me, right? Because he affects other people's bottom lines. You know, like I think Leonard Ellerbe is a very intelligent man. I've had conversations with him. He understands the business of boxing. He understands the world we live in, and it affects Leonard Ellerbe. He and Leonard Ellerbe are connected at the hips. They go into the Hall of Fame together at some point. You know what I mean? Like they are that connected, two peas in a pod. You know, uh, as Floyd Mayweather has grown, so has Leonard Ellerbe. Does Leonard Ellerbe represent black people well? Yes, he dresses well. He speaks well. You know, he's a very respectful, intelligent man. You understand? The same things that can be said about Andre Ward as it relates to conducting business and speaking intelligent and articulately is the same thing you can say about Leonard Ellerbe. But Floyd actions affects Leonard Ellerbe's ability to conduct business. Tank Davis, who I believe is a mega star, a bona fide superstar, on the verge of superstardom. He did under 500,000 views on Showtime. It affects Showtime. It affects Tank Davis' climb to success. I admire Tank Davis. You guys know how I feel. I've made multiple videos about what I believe Tank Davis to be. Okay? Floyd Mayweather promoting Tank Davis affects his bottom line. You understand? Look at the non-growth of Golden Boy. You know why? One of the reasons that can be, there are multiple reasons. You know why they're fighting in small casinos and PBC is fighting in big arenas? You know why? Because of Oscar De La Hoya. I'm not going to get into this video. It's not about us, but I'm saying about how you can be a detriment to other people's bottom line. You know, Jojo Diaz made $70,000 for a fight. Yes, and he is one of the more talented 126 30-pound fighters in the world. Top 10. I'm talking about a real top 10. You know, him and Tank Davis would be arguably fight of the year. At 130, Jojo Diaz and Tank Davis would be a hell of a fight. You understand where I'm coming from? So I think it's just important that he understands the gravity and way he's moving. He can't be selfish when you're conducting a business that feeds others. You understand? It's like husband and the wife get a check and the husband takes the money and go gambles the entire check. It's wrong. It's not right. You know where I'm coming from? So from that perspective, we got to be diligent. You understand? And if you're around Floyd every day, if you have access to calling him and speaking to him, Hold up. Time out. You're wrong. You're not bigger than the culture. Do you have the ability to move the culture? Yes. Positively or negatively? Yes. This video is not about T.I.'s response and T.I.'s video. It's not about that. You understand what I'm saying? It's not about that. It's about Floyd's reaction to what the culture is attempting to do. You understand? We are a young culture. People think that hip hop and black people in America, remember, we didn't become, I don't care what 1960, the Voting Rights Act of 1965, the Civil Rights Act of 1965. You understand what I'm saying? Has You still got to talk to after the Vietnam War. You know what I mean? So let's say 1975, 85, if let's say 1975, right? We became like accessible to America, where we had similar accesses as our white contemporaries, right? Let's say 1975 just to be safe. 85, 95, 105, 15, 44 years, man. So hip hop is still in its infancy stages, you know? Our culture moving forward, the mindset of the culture, you understand? So we got to play all that. So when we talk about the hip hop culture, we also got to keep in mind it's young. And guess what? The people who started hip hop are now 50 years old. Guess what? They get it. They understand. They're learning. Remember, this is the first generation of black wealth. So we can't sit here and 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 um and say you're wrong. I'm throwing you into the abyss. You understand? Meek Mill is waking up. Is he gonna make mistakes? Yes. Jay-Z is waking up. Is he gonna make mistakes? Yes. And the list goes on. T.I., is he gonna make mistakes? Yes. But their intentions, like Andre Ward said, the intentions of him. He said you judge a man on his actions, yes, but your intentions can be pure, you know. Um, so I said all this to say this: you have an obligation to our culture. Everyone listening to this, I have an obligation to the culture. Am I going to make mistakes? Yes. Is Floyd wrong? 100% he's wrong. You know, and he's going to have to come to grips with that. You understand? As jokingly as 50 Cent is, he predicted this. You understand? And Floyd needs to get on his hands and knees as it relates to our culture. People are gonna look at him sideways, if not forever. His legacy, I'm telling you, because if he's always gonna have a bubble of support around him. That's never gonna change. Just like if you committed something, if you did something wrong, you're gonna have a bubble around you. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that I hope and pray that his bubble, his everyday bubble that supports him, will sit Floyd down and say, you know what, you're wrong. You know, if you're an ally of, I said this earlier, if you're an ally of Floyd, you need to sit him down and say he's wrong. You know, you can't condone this. This isn't something that should be taken lightly. It's hurtful to your kids. How about if your son grows up to be a millionaire, multi-millionaire, gazillionaire, and Floyd is his example? Not good. You know, we're tired, we're fatigued. Money don't make the man. The integrity of the man makes the money. All right? Money is a great asset, okay? I'm not going to sit here and tell you the reason why I can speak my mind. No, I'm not going to. Let's just speak in absolutes. The reason why I can speak my mind, because I'm rich. All right, and I know y'all don't want to hear this shit in this video. I'm not throwing it in your face. I have financial independence. Okay, I'm not, and because I have an independent voice, I have relationships, obviously, right? Right? You understand where I'm coming from? And because I have financial freedom, it allows me to say and do how I want. Okay, and I think that um, Floyd, I mean not Floyd, Muhammad Ali was the richest man in the world. You gotta say no, he wasn't, man, because he was the freest. I look up to men like Malcolm. I mean Malcolm, obviously Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, Lou Alcindor, also known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I admire those men. I admire those men. My children are named after a black man. You guys think my kids are named after a president. My kids are named after Lincoln Kennedy of the Oakland Raiders. You know why? Because he did something special for me when I was 17 years old. And I haven't told him yet, so I'm not going to tell you guys yet. But my kids are not named after two presidents. My kids are named after this black man that did something special for me when I was my freshman year in college. And he doesn't even know. But the impact that he had on my life was important. Lincoln Kennedy from the University of Washington, All American. You know, you know, I I wanted Lincoln or Kennedy's middle name to be Alcindor. You know, and I was like, Kareem doesn't go by that name anymore, so I'm not gonna use it. You know, Muhammad Ali died as Muhammad Ali. I was gonna call him Cassius. You know, I was gonna name my child Cassius, but you know, I didn't because he changed his name and they're gonna be buried in their now name. So I didn't. So, but that's the truth. So I think it's just important that we recognize and honor our culture as best and as most as possible, as frequently as possible. I want everyone that hears my voice to have financial freedom. All right. I've been under the thumb of people. I'm not sitting here and say I've been free my entire life. I haven't. I've had to work for people to get in position where I am now. You understand? And I think that when you get to a space where you can help people, Floyd can help a world. I can help a handful of people in my community. You can help a handful of people. I'm using this metric to make my example polarizing. You can help a handful of people like me, whether it's financially, spiritually, because you have a small platform like me. Small platform. Floyd has the world as a platform. Every time he touched down, whether he's going for business, whether he's taking his girlfriend on vacation, he can touch down and touch the people, affect the people. And he's going to have to alter his mindset, you know, and and uh, it's going to take some time. He, I would love for him to say, you know what, I was wrong. And Floyd is going to probably be mad at me for making this video. But I can't sit here. I can't as a man, as a as you guys know what I attempt to do for my community. If you follow me on Instagram, you know, you know I hate to combine this with this video, but I am to substantiate my claim. I have a budget every month that I use to help my community. No, real money. It ain't no like wishy-washy. I never post it. Never post it. But I have a budget every month that I use to support my community. It ain't no $10 budget, no $100 budget, but I have a budget that I use. You understand? And I think everyone needs to have a budget, whether it's spiritual currency, financial currency, emotional currency. We have to give back to our community. You understand? Floyd has, he says, 3 private jets. Every time he touched down to promote a fight, he needs to touch the community. He needs to have a game plan to be on his hands and knees serving the community. You know, One of the most powerful and humble state of the most powerful man in the religious world, Jesus Christ, he got on his hands and knees and washed feet. He hugged Mary Magdalene, who was a prostitute. This is the same mindset we got to have. You understand? We got to hug homeless men and women. You know, they're no different than us in terms of their heart, in terms of what they want and desires in life. We may be physically different. You know, we may have our preference in who we want to help first, who we aspire to help. That's human nature. Don't let people don't let people shame you for supporting black people. Don't let people shame you for supporting Mexican people. Don't let people shame you for supporting white people. All right? But this is long enough. This is a 35-minute video. Y'all not going to make it to the end. Hashtag we are one. If you make it to this point, I'll genuinely appreciate it. You understand what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man, this video is a big... I'm getting emails from boxers right now. I'm not lying. How many times has my phone went off doing this shit? I'm being real. Like, conversation has yet to die, but I want this to be true. This has nothing... Floyd actions has nothing to do with Andre Ward. And I think it's important that I say it. Because Andre Ward and I disagreed. We disagreed. Am I going to hold it against him? No, I'm not going to hold it against him. Do I want to prove my point? Absolutely. That's over and done with. The healing had to start now. The healing has to start now. Whether it's Andre Ward, whether it's me, whether it's Floyd Mayweather and the culture, whether it's T.I. and Floyd Mayweather, the healing has to start. Or whether we just say, fuck Floyd and put him on an island and let him spend his money the way he want to spend with and never ever accept him again. That's the culture's decision. But I have to put my foot down and say, Andre Ward has nothing to do with Floyd Mayweather. All right. Outside of our disagreement, outside of that tweet, and like with Floyd, he wrote that letter, and I watched how he responded. He again went back, more text. He again went back to talking about money. He didn't mention the culture in that TMZ interview, which I believe was last night, right? So I said that to say, same thing goes for Andre Ward. How will he respond? He's gonna respond, and we're gonna watch his actions, and we judge accordingly. But as of right now, and myself, how will I respond? I'm not excluded from this equation either. But our culture has to move forward with or without me, with or without Floyd Mayweather, with or without Andre Ward. It's going to move. We need great men and women to push our culture forward. All right? Whether it's going to the grocery store, you go buy your Skittles, your lemonade, your Gatorade, and you inspire that 13-year-old kid. You know what I mean? Or whether it's Floyd Mayweather, who can use his promotion company and use people like Tank Davis to go into Baltimore and build community centers. You understand what I'm saying? I think that's the ticket. That's the ticket. I told you guys what I'm going to do. Once my daughter gets to high school, I'm putting my money in my community. I can't take the risk now. Mark my words. There is going to be an erect building serving the community once my daughter gets to high school. I'm telling you this. It's something that I want. It's something that I desire. You understand? Vince told me yesterday, when much is given, much is required. You understand? And Floyd needs to internalize that. When much is given, much is required. You understand? And it's not about me bashing Floyd and all that. Nothing supersedes the culture. Boxing doesn't supersede the culture. You understand? My disagreement with Andre Ward doesn't supersede the culture. Malcolm X and Martin Luther King disagreed for over a decade. What happened in 1967? They realized, you know what? If we do this together, Well, not 1967. I'm sorry, he was gone by then. But you guys get what I'm saying. Wrong year. But Malcolm X was gone before that. But I, I'll say this. You know, I think it's just important that we. I'm trying to. I'm trying to think when that. Damn, I don't know when it was. Damn, I'm trying to find that picture. I mean, that conversation of what I was alluding to was when in 1967, and I believe in Ebenezer Baptist Church on NBC, Martin Luther King said, "My dream has become a nightmare." You understand what I'm saying? And I was equating that to when he and Malcolm started talking, but it's not the same thing because Malcolm X was assassinated in 1965. You know, at the ballroom, right? The Autobahn ballroom, right? If I'm not mistaken, Autobahn, right? So, um, um, but they said if we do this together, Malcolm X says if I put my religious beliefs aside, we can do this. You understand? So I've said enough. I've said a lot. I want to be very, very clear because I know the conversations that are happening outside of me to the people that haven't contacted me and the people that have contacted me. I have to stand up and say Andre Ward is not Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather is on his own little island. He's disrespected our culture. He is wrong. And he has to get on his hands and knees and ask for forgiveness. The same thing Kobe Bryant asked for forgiveness. You understand? That saved him. The same way Chris Brown cried and begged for forgiveness. Was it the BET Awards? He cried doing the Michael Jackson special. You understand? The same way Kobe Bryant cried when he asked for forgiveness from his wife. I was wrong. And, that's real. Give everything to gain everything. Give a little bit to gain a little bit. That's the law of averages in life. You understand? It's gonna catch up with you. Well, I'm gonna cheat my diet. I'm a drink only on Fridays. Okay, okay. Well, you're gonna get a 6-day reward. Well, actually, a 5-day reward because you're gonna be hungover on Saturday. So your return is 5 days of success instead of 7 days. Okay. So the clock is ticking on Floyd. The clock is ticking. Tick tock, tick tock. What is he going to do? And we got to sit back and watch his actions. Don't judge him on what he says now. This is where I would agree with Andre Ward. Don't judge him on what he say. Will he go into Michigan? Will he go into Vegas? And I've known Floyd to give. I'm not going to sit here and say Floyd hasn't given. But now, he got to do what Jay-Z doing. He got Jay-Z money. He got Jay-Z, more importantly, or as important, he got Jay-Z's influence. Jay-Z says, you know what? This 21 Savage thing is important because it has greater ramifications. The imagery of the purpose of 21 Savage being deported. Same thing with Meek Mills. Don't you know Jay-Z silently pays for hundreds of people bond bails? I've heard the same thing about Jay Prince, who silently does stuff like this for the culture. 44 minutes, shit. But you understand where I'm coming from? These are great men who had not so great beginnings, so I heard, and now look what they're doing. Jay Prince has pushed Drake along with Al Heyman to be the most powerful entertainer in the world. Drake had a song, God's Plan, and gave out $1 million. That inspired. I'm not gonna tell you what I did when I heard that because you guys don't think I'm going tit for tat. But that inspired me to do something special for a special family that I'll never ever see again, probably. I was covering the Danny Garcia, Brandon Rios, and I woke up Saturday morning. Woke up Saturday morning at Alexis Park Resort, and I was like, no, excuse me, I was staying at the I wasn't staying there. I was staying at the Hooters across the street, $69 a night. I ain't go front. Yeah, it was Hooters. I usually stay at Alexis Park or Hooters, free parking. And he gave away $1 million. And when that mother and that son said, I was a single parent, that hit home when he blessed them people. That hit home. You cried when you saw that video. You were, more importantly, or as important, you were inspired. We need moments like that from Floyd Mayweather. We need moments like that. He needs to get on his hands and knees in our community and work. Get in the trenches. We don't care how much money you have anymore. We don't care if you carry $1 million in your bag anymore. Those days are over. It's over. It's over. That has no $1 million in your hands has no value to us if it's not serving us. 2 million, 3 million, 4 million. You understand where I'm coming from? He has great men around him to get this done. He has Leonard Ellaby, who I would say probably one of his better friends. I think Leonard Ellaby, y'all don't get a chance to speak Leonard Ellaby. You guys only hear him through interviews and sound bites. Leonard Ellaby could be a politician. Leonard Ellaby, for real, I'm being honest. I'm not saying this for the sake of videos, but the conversations I've had with Leonard Ellaby, he could be a powerful man, or is a powerful man in boxing, but he could be a politician. I don't know what state he lives in. I would assume he lives in Las Vegas, but he could be a senator or a House of Representative or a local politician in Las Vegas and inspire that community greatly. I'm serious. It's no adjective that I can say about Leonard Ellaby that I can't say about Al Heyman, the most powerful man in the world that no one knows. Sam Watson, you guys know how I feel about Sam Watson. He became rich and famous, and what he did, he got his son's jobs. His family is in the game. That's beautiful. Richard Schaefer, his sons are in. You never see Richard Schaefer not at a boxing event without his family. You will never see Richard Schaefer at a sporting event without his family. You will not see it. I'm being real and as genuine as possible. You understand where I'm coming from? And the reason why I'm mentioning these 4 names, because you guys, this is a boxing channel. You know these 4 names. And guess what? Floyd Mayweather has these 4 men on speed dial. It's up to him. Barbershop Conversations. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. And I know this is going to ruffle. This video is going to get the Floyd. This is going to get the Team Mayweather. And you know what? I want it to. I want it to. He's wrong. Do I love Floyd? Yes. But my love for Floyd can't compromise my love for the culture. It can't. The same disagreement. The reason why I disagree with Andre Ward was for the culture. It wasn't for me. It's not out of selfishness. The reason why I love Deontay Wilder, the reason why I'm emotional about Deontay Wilder, the reason why I'm emotional about Andre Ward, because they represented the culture well. Like I told you in many other videos, I don't forget the inspiration for one event. You understand? I don't forget how President Obama inspired me in 2007 when he won the election. I was in the cold freezing for his inauguration. Freezing. Watching him get elected, watching him get sworn in, I don't forget the inspiration that Andre Ward has given me. I don't forget it. I value that. I don't forget the inspiration that Deontay Wilder has. When I saw that woman spilling her spirit into Deontay Wilder, Deontay Wilder's in the moment. He got to move. But I know when he was on a plane going back to Alabama, Atlanta, LA, wherever he's living these days, he thought about that beautiful woman that was telling that was that was spilling her spirit in him. He thought about 2 years ago when he can walk through a crowd and only take 3 pictures. Now the man can't walk through a crowd and not take 100 pictures. I waited for Deontay Wilder in that hallway area for 25 minutes just to get a minute soundbite from him. I love Deontay Wilder, all right, for what he's doing for the culture. You understand? And I think the things that Andre Ward has done before our disagreement is special. You understand? And we're going to grow from this. That's the most beautiful thing about this, is that I'm going to realize where I went wrong. Andre Ward is going to realize what he did wrong. And more importantly, we're going to realize what we've been doing right all this time, just to fix that little wrong, work together and fix our community. Not work together, but spiritually work together to advance our brothers and sisters. 50 minutes is long enough. I think I'm done. Barbershop Conversations. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Send this to Floyd. Send this to whoever you need to. Send this to Andre Ward. I think Andre Ward needs to hear this video because we're moving forward. You know, I'm not getting stuck in 1965. I'm not getting stuck in 1856. No, we're moving forward. Tomorrow is February 16th. We working now. We working. All right? We making our community better. Barbershop Conversations. Send this to Floyd. I know Floyd's circle of influence is subscribed to my channel. Listen to this video, synopsis it, summarize it, and send it to him. And this is all out of love. This is more out of love for my culture, for what I believe in. And I'm not perfect. I told you guys, I'm not perfect. I'm going to make mistakes along the way. But my intentions, my actions, the summarization, the majority of my actions will be for the culture. Barbershop Conversations, 52 minutes in. God damn. Barbershop Conversations. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. I love y'all. And we got work to do. I'll holla. Peace.